Can we have everybody please be seated? It is now 5:15. We're going to go ahead and start our special city council meeting. This meeting will be done in two halves. We will do old business and under myself, and then we will switch to the swearing in of the new mayor, and we'll do new business there. So can I have roll call, please, Madam Clerk?
Alderman Donilworth.
Present.
Alderman Florian.
Present.
Alderman Hayes.
Present.
Alderman Bolton. Alderman Guzman.
Present.
Alderman Martinez.
Present.
Alderman Felix.
Present.
Alderman Newsome.
Present.
Alderman Turner.
Present.
Mayor Taylor.
Present.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Can we have the invocation by Pastor Tiffany Peppers? Is she here? Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay. Can we bow our heads? Heavenly Father, we thank you for the privilege to govern ourselves. For we know that ultimately the government is upon your shoulders. You've said in your word that a house divided cannot stand. So give us the will to be as one, and to be servants that we may serve your people with a willing heart, and that we may consider one another. We ask that your spirit will come into this meeting, touch all of our lives. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Can I have a motion to seat Alderman Bolton?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor's comments. First off, I want to say happy Cinco de Mayo. And I want to welcome everybody to our May 5th meeting. As we know, this is a night of change. And as I started off this meeting tonight, I want to express my sincere gratitude to the residents of Waukegan for allowing me the privilege of serving this city not only as 6 years as an alderwoman, but as your mayor for the last 4. I came into this office in the middle of my second round of COVID, a financial crisis, terrible employee morale, not to mention other problems. Some of my proudest moments are the building of a new animal control building and a state-of-the-art dispatch center opening in mid-June. We've had 4 balanced budgets and secured a great IT department and risk management team. We worked with a great team of municipal attorneys from L. Rod Freeman and who always offered sound legal advice. They worked hard with every alderperson to answer any and all questions. What I won't miss is working 60 to 7-hour work weeks, but I will drastically miss serving the residents of this city and working with our city staff. We have an incredible staff here. What no one told me when I came into office how much I would grow to not only care about our staff, but to love them dearly. While we've worked really hard, we've also laughed and even cried together. I learned from David how to be that shining star of hope, even in the face of death. David and Austin, I will forever be grateful for your contributions. David, you even reminded me, not only was I the first female mayor, but I also was the mayor that looked better at the end of my term than the first, which is unusual. So thank you for that reminder. Don, Sherry, and Sean, thank you for always answering my questions and always being willing to use that no button during the budgeting process. Noel, thank you to you and your team for always doing what is best for the city. and not bowing down to special interests. Ron, you know what things you inherited when you came in, and your leadership has not only gotten us on the right track, but you and your team have taken on the dispatch center and served alongside Tom as the project managers for the whole construction of that center. You've personally saved us thousands of dollars on insurance costs and your vigilance to IT security. Tom, thank you for taking on dispatch and all of its problems that we had and making it a state-of-the-art center. Chris, Alonzo, you've always been on top of things. The demands that you take in every day are unrealistic, but somehow you always make it happen. Antonio, your integrity showed me the first few months I was here when a contractor gave you a white envelope full of cash, and you immediately brought it to our office where we had the police body cam the money and send it back to the contractor. Chief Pazer, thank you for your continued professionalism and working with my office to get the fire station floors epoxied, windows done, general repairs, new fire rigs that took 3 years to manufacture, and the purchasing of property for Fire Station 3. You always represent your team well. Chief Navarro, thank you for your leadership in bringing change to our police department, of understanding how women and minorities need to be a part of that leadership process. Your willingness and need to always change the department to fit the needs of the community is well noted. I know we've had extensive discussions about moving community policing in a different direction, and I hope you have the opportunity to do just that. Nicole, who heads up our animal control, you have done an amazing job learning budgets, getting grants, and taking care of our, not only the welfare of our animals, but the administrative process as well. Larissa, thank you for taking care of our community, for being one of the best CDBG directors there can be. And it's going to be a challenge under the new federal administration, and I don't know how you're going to manage, but I know you will work it out. Lisa, I know you've taken so much grief for nepotism hiring. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. I remember asking you to consider applying for the job because I knew your dedication to our lakefront. You said time and time again that you had no desire to come to the City Hall building. Eventually, you sat through a job interview with a committee of 8 people who unanimously agreed no one could come close to your expertise. You have learned so much and run our lakefront solo, working so many hours during our busy summer season. Tiffany, thank you for taking on the daunting task of restoring our previously nationally recognized award-winning library that fell into dysfunction back into something we could now be proud of. Daphne, thank you for bringing your professionalism to the Human Resources Department. You have experienced many challenges, but always rise above them. To Victoria and Eileen, thank you for always going above and beyond to make the mayor's office run smoothly. You are 2 of the hardest working ladies I've ever met, and I hope that this next administration finds placement for you in this city because you are so worth it. Jesus, thank you for being our first city engineer since 2008. You've put in many policies and procedures to protect people from flooding, and you've made our projects go a lot smoother. George, I couldn't have done this without you. There's no one with more integrity and grace than you. You've taken on this position with a fire in your belly for change, and you did that. From the bottom of my heart, I thank God for you every day. You define the word work ethic. You have served as building commissioner and HR director besides your own job. You've played a major role in 4 balanced budgets, no tax increases, paying down the record debt, and building up reserves. Thanks to you and the rest of the team, the city is in a better financial position than it has been in decades. And thank you to the hundreds of other employees that contributed to our unprecedented success. Each year, I have shown our appreciation to our employees by throwing them Halloween, Christmas parties, and cookouts. I will miss them and the laughter that came with them. Stu, Kelly, Marcus, Brooke, and Hannah, thank you for your insight, wisdom, expertise, and foresight over our never-ending legal demands. I'd also like to thank my daughter, and their families for going above and beyond in your patience with your mother's schedule. I realize for those 4 years, you played second fiddle to my schedule. So much has changed in those 4 years. I went from 1 being married to 2 being married, and now 4 grandchildren. Last, but certainly not least, I want to thank my husband for always being there. He, too, has been thrown into the limelight that he didn't necessarily want or deserve. I know it has been very difficult to sit and watch the disrespect and hate thrown at your spouse while you just sat there. Honey, you are now a resident and you can speak anytime you want. Thank you for making the financial sacrifices for me to do this job and making the sacrifices of time and privacy. Honey, I can't wait for our next adventure together. We've been together for 44 years, and I love you more than I've ever loved anybody in my life, and I can't wait to spend some time with you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for allowing me to get through this. It's been an emotional day. I love and adore our residents, our staff, and I will miss everyone. Thank you. Proclamation, sorry. The first one, I will have the clerk read, and it is the 56th Annual Professional Municipal Clerks Week from May 4th to 10th. And I think what we will do, Madam Clerk, if this is okay, is have it read now, but do the pictures later. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to read it into record?
Yes, I will. Proclamation, 56th Annual Professional Municipal Clerks Week, May 4th through the 10th, 2025. Whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world. And whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk is the oldest among public servants. And whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels. And whereas professional municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of the neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all. And whereas the professional municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community. And whereas professional municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the professional municipal clerk through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of their state, provincial, county, and international professional organizations. And whereas it is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of the professional municipal clerk, and now therefore be it resolved that Mayor Ann B. Taylor and the members of City Council of Waukegan, Illinois, do hereby proclaim the week of May 4th through 10th, 2025 as Professional Municipal Clerks Week. Be it further resolved that the City of Waukegan extends appreciation to our professional municipal clerks, City Clerk Janet E. Kilkelly and Deputy City Clerk David A. Pattison, and to all professional municipal clerks for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to the communities they represent. Furthermore, Ann B. Taylor, Mayor, and members of the City Council of Waukegan do hereby extend their sincere congratulations to Janet E. Kilkelly on her re-election as Waukegan City Clerk and thank her for her dedication, leadership, and service to our community. Adopted the 6th day of May, 2024. And if I can be indulged, Mayor, I'd like my Deputy Clerk to stand and be recognized. I also have stellar staff in the name of Natalie Alvarez. I think she's assisting the mayor right now, in addition to Jacqueline Delgado. So thank you very much.
Clerk. I'd like to have a motion, if I could, to move audience time until after the business. I want to make sure we get through the business so that we stay on
I
time.
don't believe we have that many on the list, actually. I think we only have like 3 or 4. How many do we have, Austin? We have 5. I think we can get through those
Okay.
quite quickly.
Yep. Okay, let's do that.
So I'm going to call the first 5 names. And I didn't see what they were. You have 3 minutes. I'm going to call them in order. If you could go to the east side of the room and be ready to go rock and roll. It's Margaret Carrasco, Bridget Jones, Rosie Jones, Clyde McLemore, and Rayon Edwards. Margaret Carrasco, Bridget Jones, Rosie Jones, Clyde McLemore, Rayon Edwards. Go ahead, Ms. Carrasco.
Ann Bailey Taylor. You can look up and look at me, Ann. Wow, where do I begin? 4 years ago, the Waukegan Mexican community, we embraced you. We wanted to give you an opportunity. We supported you in every possible way. We even gave you a birthday party. We were there and we wanted you to be a success. We believed in you. In return, you, together with George Bridges, you failed us. You constantly lied to us, face to face. You locked us up from coming upstairs for city services. You locked the elevator. It was a city building, belonged to the community, not to Libertyville. In just one department, the building department, over 400 residents were urgently in need, trying to fix their houses, trying to do projects in the community. 400 phone messages were never responded to. Why? Things that were so important to the community. I guess what drew the line where I just could not understand. I understand this position, and people have no idea. It's just unreal. You have no life. Okay, it's 24/7 and so much stress. I get it. But when you went to extreme efforts to destroy our cultural traditions of both the Mexican community, the Latino community, and the African American community, meanwhile, white events didn't have to pay no fees, didn't have to ask for no permits. You denied us our horses. So on behalf of all the questioned horses in Lake County, their message to you is, you can leave that back door and don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
Bridget Jones, please. Bridget Jones, go right ahead.
Okay, so my name is Bridget Jones. On behalf of me and my mom, we're not going to speak tonight.
Does that mean Rosie? Is Rosie?
That's my mom.
Okay, that's fine. Mr. Clyde McLemore.
Good evening, Council. First of all, I want to say I'm Clyde McLemore, I'm Executive Director and founder of Black Lives Matter. I want to say I made a mistake 4 years ago. I supported Ann, but I'm not going to talk about the bad. I'm going to talk about the good. You know, Waukegan has had a city where our mayors have changed every 4 years. I want to work with this new administration that's coming in here. I want to do something good with Sam, Mayor Sam Cunningham. I want to work with him. I want to get this city back on the track. I want to see businesses come in here. And I know Sam could do this. That's why I got behind it. And I'm not looking for 4 years. I'm looking for 8 years, maybe even 12 years. Because 4 years, you can't get the work that needs to be done, all that needs to be done, especially from what this city has been going through. So let's join together. I don't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, but I do pray with whoever pray. And we need some more prayer around here so this city can get back together. I'm not going to talk about the bad. We know what happened. We saw 4 years. We saw the failure of this city and everything. And I've done a lot of political work, and I made some mistakes when I supported. I thought you would change, Ms. Taylor, but I didn't see the change. And then that's like a leopard. The stripes don't change on the leopard. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, I'm asking this, it's just a full audience here. Let's work with Sam. Let's work with Sam. Let's work with Sam. I'm not getting ready to clown. I'm not getting ready to sing. I'm not going to do all that. I'm just going to say thank you for your 4 years, even though they wasn't the greatest, but thank you for your 4 years, because something that Margaret just said, it takes a lot to sit up there. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you. Mr. Rayon Edwards.
Good evening, council and community. It's definitely a holiday. I ain't gonna be too nice, right? Because I did support you. And I remember back after you won, I said to you, when you decided to get a chief of staff, I said you fought that black man about a chief of staff. And you finna go right in and get one. And when you said whose name it was, I said that ain't gonna work. The black community ain't too thrilled with him. You thought that was a household name. And I tried to tell you it didn't live in no households in this black community in this city called Waukegan. And so as I sit here and I listen to you thank this community, I'm real key on words. I heard the jabs of the hiring and things like that. See, we supposed to be moving on, but you holding on. And so I'm saying to you tonight, I'm gonna thank you for your 4 years, but I am very excited that you are leaving, unfortunately. Now on to the council. We got a new administration. I hope you guys don't act like no donkey like you did for these last 2 years, because we've seen the free circus. Alderman Guzman, you've been MIA. There have been some questions on the front page, and I think tonight, or at some point, you owe this community an explanation. As somebody that's supposed to represent us, as a leader of this community, lying to us don't cut it. You understand what I'm saying? And I've noticed these last couple of meetings, since it's been on the paper, you've been MIA. Get it together. To you new aldermen, listen to some of the experience up there. We're here to do the business of the people. That's all these people. Not your friends, not your cronies, but for everybody. And the one thing that I come to learn is when you do what's right, no matter how hard it is, everything be all right. I'm going to say that again. When you do what's right, no matter how hard it is, everything will be all right. I know a lot of people ain't too pleased with the election results, but as we all know, it's called democracy. The people spoke, they spoke loud, and they spoke clear. And I hope at some point we hear the people, we listen to them, and we really do what's best for them. Waukegan can't move forward with just one person. Collectively, it's going to take all of us. And as everybody look around this room, it's a lot of different shades here. Lots of them. This city don't belong to one group of people. It belongs to multiple groups of people. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. Ma'am, that concludes the audience time. We did?
Motion to seat Alderman Bolton. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember who the first and second was, but I think. Yeah, okay. Okay, on to consent agenda. Can I have a motion, a first and a second for the consent agenda?
Make the motion. Second.
Alderman Newsom and Alderman Turner. Any questions?
E, please, if we could pull that out.
Do you want to?
Would you like an explanation of it, or do you want to pull it out?
No, actually, I want to just put it on hold.
Okay. Okay, so that's a motion to hold over the rental agreement extension with Mitchell's Corporation for mooring space, and that will go on the 519 agenda.
Thank you.
Okay. Item A, a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes from Monday, April 21st, 2025. Item B, a motion to approve vendor payments dated April 30th, 2025, totaling in the amount of $4,876,052.69. Item C, a motion to approve and ratify regular payroll dated May 2nd, 2025, in a total amount of $2,060,961.60. Item D, a motion to approve and ratify miscellaneous payroll dated May 2nd, 2025, in a total amount of $76,779.01. Being no questions to the motion, roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton. Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Martinez.
Aye.
Alderman Felix.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Treasurer's report, Dr. Schwab?
This is the Treasury Report for March 25, and before I want to get started, I want to acknowledge that yesterday was Mayor Taylor's birthday. Can we get a little applause? And I wish her well in her next endeavors. I passed out the Treasury Report to each one of the aldermen. I do it every city council. For anybody else in the public that wants it, this one is already on, because it's the March, this one's already on the city's website. So if you want to take a look at it, you want to give a call, call to me. My personal cell phone is 847-856-9154. That's 847-856-9154. And we're happy to have the call the office at 847-599-6925. The concern that I have, that I want to announce to the City Council, is that we haven't had an audit. The audit should be presented in November, so we have 2 city councils then. Then we got December, January, February, March, April. This is the first one in May, and the audit's not in sight. Now, it's really important to have an audit. We have an audit every year. It's required, so it's important. It's important to go over it. The next thing is, it's required for a lot of our grants. So we don't have it, and this is grant season. They're either being denied or they're going to be put on the back burner. So I wanted to inform the City Council that doesn't seem to be aware of it. Nobody's brought that up, that this is really important. And I'm hoping that at the next City Council, we will have information from the Finance Department on exactly where it is, where we are, when it's coming. That's the end of my report.
And I think most of the city council has been told, but the audit process has been, last year we had a delay, if you remember, and it's not anything that the finance department is doing. All of the auditing firms are understaffed and overworked, if you will. So they have everything. The auditors have everything, and they've even come back a couple of times and asked for the same information that we gave them 6 months ago. So the finance department is working with them on that, and as soon as we have the information, we will be more than happy to provide it to the council. There's no questions so far that they have raised, so they just want to, they're just slow in getting responses. And I also believe because there's been transition, you're getting a lot of newer auditors that don't really understand auditing like they should, so they ask the same questions over and over again. But this is not uncommon with auditing firms since COVID. It's been a chronic problem since 2020.
Mayor, we will have a report at the next city council, because I'll be at the finance committee first, and we will have a report at city council of exactly where this is at.
Okay.
Can I ask him a question?
Sure.
Dr. Schwab, I know you've been the treasurer a long time, 20 years? Is that about right? So in your tenure as treasurer for the city, has there ever been an administration that has had 4 balanced budgets in a row besides this one?
Please don't have me get into a balanced balance. A balanced budget is a nebulous situation. The situation gets to be, and our interim finance explained it pretty well, but it really comes down to that which projects are put in, and then then the money's not spent, but it's spent on something else. And if you spend over it, it's not balanced. It's that simple.
Right, but at the end of each of these budgets that Mayor Taylor has overseen, there's been a surplus left over at the end, correct?
Well, I transferred 3 years ago $1 million, okay, into the budget. 2 years ago, I transferred $3 million in the budget. Last year, I transferred $3 million in the budget. And if you would have taken a look at the monthly treasurer's report and compared any of them, I don't think you've read one, you would have seen where we moved $1 million into another fund. I don't move money funds. I only move them within a fund. I don't move one without authorization. So the question should have been, when that happened, you should have asked me who authorized these transfers.
Okay. I'm going to tell you that the budgets have been balanced, and I don't think Don is here tonight, but I think that's rude for you not to allow Don to talk, so we will table this to the 17th meeting.
But
On to-
Alderman, I'll be glad to see what we can do about adding information to that, because I love to talk about.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Spend all the time you want. Old business. Anything that anybody would like pulled out of old business?
Yeah,
I would.
E.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Item E.
And item D.
E is an echo.
Well, hold on, we're not, there wasn't a question, there wasn't actually a motion to omnibus, so you can take them one at a time, which may be, considering there was only 5 of them, that may be the easiest thing to do.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do one at a time. Item A, can I have a first and a second to the resolution?
Motion.
Who was the first? Alderman. Okay, who was second? Okay, Donwood. Okay, it sounded like that end. Any questions to the motion? Okay, this is a resolution authorizing professional services agreement with the Deegan Group for the environmental services on Washington and Sheridan Superblock in the amount of $217,000. I will, for audience, clarify. I know some people have asked, why did we not do what is this amount? Is it just for the Associated Bank? It is not. It's for the whole super block. It has never been done, even though we own the property, everything but the Associated Bank. So this is to include that, and it's all part of it. So,
Mayor, just out of curiosity, I know we've been on this super block for well over a year, and I thought the holdup in closing the deal was that there were some environmental concerns that were being investigated. Why are we just now getting to where we're going to pay money to investigate them?
Yep.
we're done. So what happened was the bank was stalling on doing the environmental stuff. So we discounted, which you guys approved, and put that aside so that we can, if there's problems with that, because they weren't acting on it. But this is for the whole super block. It's not just the Associated Bank.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So if you, Okay.
Thank you.
Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item B, can I have a first and a second?
So move.
Alderman Newsom, Alderman Felix. A resolution approving an engineering services from DeWalt Hamilton Associates for the fiscal year 2026 road program for a not-to-exceed amount of $203,275. Any questions to the motion? Okay, roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item C, can I have a first and a second to the motion?
So move.
Second.
Alderman Florian, second was Alderman Martinez. I'm sorry, Alderman Bolton was, okay, I'm sorry. This is a resolution approving engineering services for DeWalt Hamilton Associates for the fiscal year 2026 sidewalk program for a not-to-exceed amount of $142,855. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item D, can I have a first and a second?
I so move.
A second.
I'm sorry, I didn't, that was Alderman Guzman, and who was second?
Turner.
Alderman Turner.
Mayor Taylor, there was a proposed, the city engineer, it may be worthwhile to have Jesus come up here.
I have the motion, if you want me to make the motion or no.
Let me just explain the situation, and if you want to amend the motion, that there was an additional component of this project for Phase 2 of the Washington Street and Keller Avenue resurfacing that was, the city engineer received, that would be basically more or less a change order to this project. It would be an additional $179,861 and could be added on to this contract. So the same contractor, and the city engineer can explain it a little bit more. And then if the city council is open to this, you could amend to incorporate that amount.
Good evening, City Council. So yes, we received the proposal from our consultant that we selected out of the RFP for the Washington Street Phase 1 engineering and utility upgrades. Over the past couple of years, Chris and I have been coordinating to achieve a Phase 1 project with the Lake County Council of Mayors. Based on our experience then through now, we noticed that we have to have projects ready with Phase 1 engineering in order to move forward with this generational project. What does that mean? Washington Street is the start of rebuilding Waukegan. In order to do that, we must seek all engineering efforts as much as we can through our own sources and start applying to Phase 2 and Phase 3 grants. This is a major project. We're looking at around $25 to $30 million. That's looking at today's dollars. That may increase as we get closer to the project, as you know, with tariffs, inflation, and all of the economic development. So in order to provide the safety, efficiency, and traffic flow to our residents, we are proposing to resurface not only Washington Street between Frolic and Park Avenue, but also Keller Avenue between Belvedere Road and Washington Street. This is in order to provide a safe driving surface to our residents, reduce vehicle damage, and we have the funds available through the Street and Sidewalk Rehabilitation Fund, number 312, to account for the engineering. We are getting a very good price from the engineering consultant, as they will build upon the surveys gathered from the Phase 1 engineering and get the data and do the additional steps to do the resurfacing. IDOT does the same thing with some of their projects. When they have a major project coming up the pipeline, they will go ahead and resurface the road, because once Phase 1 engineering is done, we'll see some features that will add additional safety guards to our community, meaning we could have potential road diets, interconnected signals, curb outs. So all those phases will come in at a later date. As you see in your pamphlets, a typical IDOT project, if we're seeking federal or state funding, will take at least 5 years to go to construction.
maybe 10. It all depends on the, obviously on the federal administration, state administration. But as we learned over the past years working with Public Works, it is very important for us to be ready. We met with that transition team, and that is also part of the goal to ensure that we have this project not only resurfacing, but getting the phase 1 engineering and the utility upgrades completed in a timely manner.
Any questions while he's here? Alderman Florian?
Just some for clarification. So if you do this, and we know there's lead pipes in that area, first of all, right?
Yes, there are some lead pipes, correct.
Okay, and won't we, if we pave it now, won't we have to just tear it up once we do this next project where we plan on re-engineering everything?
So as we go through the phase 1, that is a possibility. So yes, but the roads are in a deteriorated shape where we are starting to see vehicle damage claims come in through our risk management team. When we host our transportation workshops throughout the city, whether they're with the county or with IDOT, the question always comes about Washington Street. So like I mentioned earlier, as our teams, we were in the infancy stages a couple of years ago. We are better equipped now to make educated decisions how to approach these larger projects. But we have the due diligence to our residents to provide them with a safe road to travel on.
Just for clarification, the original amount was $1,279,793, and then this amount is added to it, this $1,708,861?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I have coordinated those numbers with our current finance director. The funds are available now, and they are available for next year, but that's a conversation we'll have with the upcoming administration to ensure those funds are allocated.
So just to clarify, the amount for the Phase 2, it's $179,861.
Sorry, I misspoke.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's not 1 point. So the total amount, when you add in the Phase 1 and Phase 2, would be $1,459,654 to do Phase 1 and Phase 2 together.
I just want to say that one of my concerns, too, and I spoke about this earlier, and like Alderwoman Florian said, we're going to spend $200,000 to resurface roads that we're going to rip up before those roads have reached their useful life. So I just want people in the city to understand that your tax dollars are being used to repave a road that will be ripped up in about 5 to 7 years, even though that road will be good for, what, 10 to 15 years?
10 to 15 is the estimated lifespan.
So it sounds to me like the argument in favor of it is that the roads, it's a major artery through the city. There's safety concerns. There's sewer caps that are exposed. There's potholes. The patchwork would be overwhelming. And it makes more sense to spend the money now to resurface the roads and give people good roads for 5-ish years. But they are going to get ripped up.
Correct. And one additional item, as we work through the process with the Phase 1 engineering, my office is equipped to pursue grants. So that's another option. We constantly pursue grants for our public infrastructure, from lead service line to road resurfacing to sewer upgrades.
Okay, thank you for that. We've had aldermen up here that have expressed very significant concern about repaving roads, knowing that they'll have to be ripped up before the road has reached its useful life or expiration, however, whatever the engineering term is. So I don't know if any of those aldermen wish to speak at this point, but I understand the arguments in favor. I'm concerned about spending money just to effectively have it lit on fire a few years later. So that just causes me some concern. But thank you for the presentation.
Any other questions to, I'm sorry, Alderman Guzman?
Okay, so Washington Street and Keller is, I have a portion of it in my ward, the 2nd Ward, and it's one of the worst part of Washington. It's not only it's a main artery. Go down Washington, once you pass Macquarie or Keller, whichever way you want to say, all the way to you hit Lewis Avenue. You can't even drive on the slow lane. You can't even drive on it because your car will be bouncing everywhere. Your suspension will be gone. So I'm okay spending a little bit of money to get this taken care of and then get spending a little bit more money, and then ripping the whole thing apart. But at least this is an outcry from the community, not just from the residents, from everybody that comes into the city of Waukegan. This is a major, major, major artery, major project, and let's get this temporarily fixed and then work on. Or does everybody want to wait 5 to 10 years for this road to be completely done? I'd rather pay a little bit now, get it resurfaced, and then fix the problem in the long run.
Mayor, if
Thank
I
you.
may, Mayor.
Someone down here also, Alderman Martinez is first.
Yes, so I guess it's a matter of safety and concern. Do we really need this done today, or, what is the outcome if we don't do it? And also, you as a city engineer, do you foresee more problems? Because it looks like we don't want to spend all this money and then you're going to come back and say, oh, well, guess what? Now we need additional $2 million. So my main concern, yeah, I want the roads done, because that also falls in my ward too. But I also want to know, what are we looking at if we don't do it? And do you foresee something else breaking down that, with your expertise, you've been doing this for a long time, so you're the expert at this.
Yes, Alderman Martinez. So to answer your question, we do have a road rating citywide that's done internal. It's a PACER rating, Chapter 34 of the IDOT Bureau of Local Roads, where we have the data available that this particular corridor has difference in deterioration, some from fair, some to poor. The longer we wait on the road to be resurfaced, the worse it's going to get. That is a fact. So we will be looking, if we don't do anything now, in the next 5 years, close to a poor to a pretty much state of non-drivable condition. Also, with this fee includes the traffic control. As Alderman Hayes pointed to, it is a primary arterial, which is a consideration of a high traffic corridor to the city of Waukegan, so we have to account for that during construction. We also don't want to stop traffic while we resurface a portion of the road. All that will be bid out. So the additional amount that you see here is for the phase 2. You did say we're going to need $2 additional million as we work with the new administration and the budget. We are accounting to spend around $3 million to resurface both Washington Street and Keller Avenue.
And so did we also do we look into any kind of grant that the state may have had, or improvement?
For this, yes. No, yes. So we applied to both Keller Avenue and Washington Street as a reconstruction. The reason that we have to fall into the reconstruction category is, again, it goes back to the current condition of the road. We cannot apply for your typical resurfacing that we have done citywide through grants, some of them at no cost to the city. So we don't qualify for any state grants that only account for the resurfacing. Once we get the phase 1 engineering, get the resurfacing done, we are exposing ourselves and opening the doors to acquire grants and even more funding from state and federal agencies.
Mayor?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Alderman Turner first, and then.
Mr. Alcancer, thank you very much. You're always very thorough. What, if any, portion of this project is being paid for by the county? Anything, any portion of it?
Solely a city Waukegan road, so the county has ownership west of Green Bay Road, and it's our jurisdiction between Green Bay Road all the way down to the lake.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Alderman Felix?
Oh, just to point out a few things, a few pros would be, right now if you're driving through Washington, you have people avoiding one side, so hopefully, they'll be more safer for our residents. They don't have to avoid being on one side, and, hopefully avoid more dangerous driving situations. And another thing, I have the Washington corridor in my ward, where this will help with a lot of business, which we need. Our city needs business, and so not only safety but also economic growth is something that would be a positive for this if we were to do this, so that we don't wait another 10 years or whatnot. So I just wanted to point that out. And
Mayor, could I just add one point? I just want to clarify something. So the $179,000 that we're approving tonight is just for engineering.
Correct.
It's not for resurfacing.
No, that is going to be allocated in the FY26 budget out of we foresee using the street and rehabilitation fund. There are funds available now, so it's a matter of sitting down with the new administration and ensuring that the funds are available and utilizing any other sources.
Okay, because to Alderman Guzman's point, he said, well, it's worth spending a little bit of money now, but this is just for engineering services. It's going to cost $2 to $3 million to resurface those roads, only to have them ripped up before they're expired, right?
Potential at Washington Street, Keller Avenue, not so much. Keller Avenue, we did have a feasibility study completed through a U.S. Department of Transportation grant.
Yeah.
At no cost to the city. So we will be applying to grants in the future, and because that project is smaller, it will account for more right-of-way acquisition. For Keller Avenue, I'm looking at least 10 years to reach the point of construction. Washington Street, our goal is to have it sooner. So there is the potential to rip the street on Washington Street sooner than 10 years.
Okay. I have no doubt that your office is going to do everything you can to minimize the costs. I know that you've done that in the past. I'm just trying to point out the fact that we're going to spend millions on roads that are going to be ripped up. And though we're in good financial condition now, that can change quickly. And I want to make sure that we have our eye on making sure that we're not unnecessarily spending money, especially in the $2 to $3 million range when effectively it's just going to get ripped up. So tonight we're only voting on engineering, not resurfacing.
Okay. Is everybody ready to take the vote? Okay, roll call, please.
Oh,
ma'am.
hold on. So the item that was on the agenda was only for the phase one in the
I'll
amount
put the
of-
motion to amend.
Okay, so would you be making a motion to amend to
Add the
add in the phase two work for the total amount of $1,459,654?
That is correct.
Great.
Second.
Did everybody or hear that amendment and understand it? Okay. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Donowitz.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Motion passed, ma'am.
Okay, so the item on the floor has been amended, and you have to take another vote to adopt the as amended.
Yep. Okay, does everybody understand that? Okay.
We actually don't need them, we have an original motion, and then we have the amendment passed, so no further motion necessary, just another roll call.
Okay. Roll call, please, Madam
Thank
Clerk.
you. Alderman Donowitz.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The next one is a motion to reconsider. So this has to be brought back by someone who voted against it last time. So if you voted for it, you can't bring it back to reconsider. Does that make sense? Does everybody understand how they voted last time?
Yes.
Do they know? Okay. Can I have a first and a second to this?
So move.
Okay.
So it would be the people that voted on the opposite
If you,
side.
so the resolution approving the professional service agreement with Electromatic Ventures failed last time. Someone who voted for the side against, basically against it, has to vote to reconsider it. If that passes tonight, then it goes back on the agenda in 2 weeks.
I so move.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay. And they were both on the negative, right, last time? Okay,
Yes.
okay. Any questions to the motion?
So the motion is aye to reconsider.
Just to reconsider it?
And we can't just vote on it now?
Nope.
Oh,
Unfortunately, that's, yeah,
works.
that's, motion to reconsider only put something in just for notice purposes and for the agenda purposes. It would have to go on in 2 weeks.
thank you.
Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Donowitz.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
No.
Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. At this time, we're going to go ahead and take a recess. It is now 6:09. The swearing-in will be done at 7 o'clock.
6:30, I
I'm
believe.
sorry, 6:30. So you have about 20 minutes to run to the restroom, and make sure you leave something on your seat so somebody knows that it's taken, and they will resume at 6:30. Thank you, everyone. Wait. I need a motion to recess.
Second.
Alderman Newsome, second was Alderman Guzman. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any objections?
None.
Okay.
Can we have everyone take their seats so we can start the swearing in? Can we have everyone take their seats, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats.
Can we have everyone please take their seats?
Yeah, I can get through.
Please, please, quiet.
Am I live? Am I live?
Not yet. You gotta wait anyway until she calls it to order.
Okay. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. Okay, we're ready to rock and roll. Okay.
Justin.
My deputy is going to swear me in. David A. Patterson, go for it.
Madam Clerk, it's my honor to swear you in. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Janet E. Kilkelly,
I, Janet E. Kilkelly,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of
the duties of
the office of
City Clerk
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Madam Clerk, allow me to be the first to congratulate you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Before I do anything else, I get to say a couple of words. So, it's about thank yous. First, to my family, who support and sustain me. My advocacy and passion. I have a few with me tonight, not too many. I have my twin sister, Joni. She's older, okay? I have my mother, Joan Kilkelly. My husband, Larry Kilbane. He deserves that. He deserves that. Oh, and my daughter, Margaret. I started running for elected office. She was 4 months old. All right? And my other girl is in LA. She won't be with us tonight, but she reaps the benefits. Now, to my staff, who consistently serve the public each day with exceptional customer service and follow-through, I am proud to have them represent our office. My outstanding Deputy City Clerk, David A. Patterson, wherever you are. And my remarkable bilingual support staff, Natalie Alvarez. Who is being promoted tomorrow to be the Senior Executive Assistant to the Mayor. And her backup, that I'm delighted to have, Jackie Delgado. Last, to the people of Waukegan, thank you for this moment and the opportunity to serve the community of Waukegan again for 4 more years. I am humbled and honored by your continued support and belief in me. So Mayor Cunningham, wherever you are, we got the band back together, but I gotta get John sworn in first, okay? Where are you, John?
All
right, that's your first
rodeo. So I'm going to be a little short, a little whatever. I just want to thank the citizens for electing me 5 five times in a row. This This time by 75%. I mean, okay, thank you all that helped me, and thank you all that voted for him. I want to introduce my family. First, I want to thank my wife, that's Susan. Huh? What? I'm saying what?
Come on, John. Come on,
Who's
John.
first?
Come on, John.
I thought I was talking. Go ahead.
Raise your right hand.
I,
State your name.
John Schwab,
Do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear
Well, that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the
of
Constitution
the State of
of
Illinois,
the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I'll faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duty of my office,
of City Treasurer
City Treasurer,
for the City of Waukegan
for the City of
to
Waukegan
the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Now you can introduce yourself.
Now I can. So I want to introduce my family. Sue Schwab, who never wanted me in politics. Thank you for 16 years ago. You let me do it. I wasn't going to do it this time. You let me do it again. Thank you very much. Next to her is my daughter, Beth Schwab. Next to her is Lexi Joy. Okay? I got Cindy Schwab Joy. I got Gary Joy. I've got Roger J. Schwab of Roger J. Schwab Plumbing. Yeah, he's my son. I have Joan and her husband Steve. Would you two stand up? Yeah. All right, just a minute. I'm going to expound on Joan in a minute, but this is their 41st wedding anniversary. So I've been in office 16 years. Joan's been my deputy treasurer for close to 12. When she came over, she was the deputy treasurer at the finance. She came over to me. Early on, she did all the work. I was all the brains. Well, it's changed. She has learned so much and so much understanding of finance and investment that now it's discussion. So I want to do something one way. Did you think about this? Did you think about that? Same thing that I was explaining before. That's how good Joan is. Joan helped me raise, by interest, $9.4 million to the budget last year. She's, right? The deputy treasurer that I was given at first for 5 years didn't ever tell me that we just had money in general accounts. 0.3%, 0.5%, when interest rates in a CD were 2.1. That's 42% different, changing those in just to a simple CD, even at a low rate. That's just some of the things that we've done, and Joan did it immediately because the other one could have done it, could have mentioned it, we could have done it, we didn't do it. Joan comes to my office, now we're on it, right? I can't thank her enough. My two grandsons, Justin, would you stand up? How are they going to know? Jeremy, he's in the back, all right? And I have a special guest today, all right? Sarah Griffin, she's the matriarch, right here. She's the matriarch of Waukegan politics. A lot of you don't know her because you're newer. The old timers know who she is. Sarah, thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Congratulations.
Sure.
just when y'all thought y'all had a good seat.
You gotta go right here.
All right, thank you. Before we begin, I just want to thank the outgoing administration for the time that they served, and now is the day for Mayor Cunningham to take his role as the newest mayor for Waukegan. Before I give the oath, Mayor, I'm reminded of a poet. His name is James Todd Smith. He said, "Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years." Can you raise your right hand? I, Samuel D. Cunningham, Jr.,
I, Samuel D. Cunningham, Jr.,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Mayor for the City of Waukegan
of Mayor of the City of Waukegan
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Mayor.
Thank you.
That's it.
All right. There, right there. All right.
I'm skinny enough to do this. I did it.
I'm going to
If
try
I
to
can do it, you can do it.
Hurry up, Laura. Okay.
All right, go ahead. All right, let me finish up so we can get going, everybody. Man. Class of '82, Bulldogs. Thank you, sir. How you doing, sir? Proud of you, man. All right, we go. Here we go. This is where it started at for me, y'all. The first award. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Look over there. All right. Stu, thank you very much for your service, man. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Do you want me to sit down? You want Joe to sit down? No, sit down. I'll bring you up.
That's your seat.
No, this mic is hot. This mic is hot, right? This mic is hot. All right. Good evening. Good evening. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter for Waukegan. Yeah. I stand before you deeply humbled and honored by the trust you have placed in me. This moment is not just about me. It's about all of us. It's about our collective vision.
Mayor, your mic.
Is that better? All right, sorry about that. If I'm taking it from the top, so do you. Good evening. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter for Waukegan, Illinois. I stand before you deeply humbled and honored by the trust you have placed in me. This moment is not just about me. It's about all of us. It's about our collective vision for the future and the hard work ahead that will bring our community together to rebuild Waukegan. First, let me take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to the people of Waukegan. You have given me an incredible opportunity, and I promise you to honor it with integrity, transparency, and a dedication to the betterment of our city. We are a resilient community, one that has faced challenges, but has always found a way to rise above. I know that together, there is no obstacle we cannot overcome. I would also like to extend my sincere thanks to, is the mayor still here? No, I'm sorry. I would like to also, hey,
the mayor's still here.
dignity and respect. I would like to also extend my sincere thanks to Mayor Ann Taylor for her years of service to Waukegan. I know that being an alderman and a mayor is never an easy task. On behalf of the city of Waukegan, we are grateful for your service. I wish you and your family the very best as you move forward with the next chapter in your life. Now, yeah, give it up for her. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for her. Now, it is time to look ahead. Waukegan is at a crossroads, a moment when we can come together to reshape our future. We will face difficulties, no doubt, but we will also find opportunities in every challenge. As your new mayor, I'm committed to working alongside all of you, our city clerk, our city treasurer, and the council. Our community, our business leaders, our community organizations, most importantly, you, the residents of Waukegan. Our goal and theme guiding us is rebuilding Waukegan, Illinois. Rebuilding means more than just fixing streets or buildings. It means restoring pride in our community. It means creating a city where families thrive, businesses grow, and everyone feels like they belong. It means putting the needs of our residents first and working every day to ensure that Waukegan remains a place of opportunity for everyone, no matter your background or where you come from. We will build our infrastructure to make sure Waukegan is not just a place to live, but a place to prosper. We will create pathways for businesses to grow, attracting investment and creating jobs. And we will prioritize public safety, ensuring that Waukegan is a city where families can feel safe in their homes, on their streets, in their neighborhoods. But none of this can happen if we try to do it alone, meaning if I try to do this alone. This is a team effort. It will take all of us working together, side by side by side, to make Waukegan the city we all know and can be. Our greatest strength lies with our diversity and our common purpose. We must listen to each other, support each other, collaborate in every possible way, especially those of us who are sitting up here. Waukegan expects a lot from us, and in the next few years, I know we will have differences, but let's commit to working together. I will be a mayor that listens to you, who will work towards compromise. This doesn't mean anything. Compromise, Keith. You got to get a jab in every now and then, everybody. Yes. No, listen, hey, dignity and respect is the first thing on my agenda, all right? I will be a mayor that listens to you and work with you to compromise, because together, and this is serious, Keith, we are stronger. Yeah. Now let me be clear. There is no us versus them. I think we need to say that again. I'm used to hearing pastors say this. There is no us versus them. No mayor against the alderman, department head against the mayors. It is us working together to strengthen this city. Whether you've been here for generations, Sarah, Commissioner, and all the rest, your voice matters, at least to me. Whether you're a business owner, a teacher, a student, a parent, or a new resident, you are a vital part of this community, and your input is critical to our city, to the city council, and to the community. I ask for your help and your commitment. I ask you bring your ideas, your energy, your passion to the table. Let's roll up our sleeves and get the work done. Together, we can rebuild Waukegan into a city that's stronger, safer, and more vibrant than ever before. In closing, I want to leave you with this thought. Change is not easy, but it's always possible. If we stay united, we work hard, and if we believe in each other, Waukegan's best days are still ahead of us. The road may not always be smooth, but I know together there is no challenge we cannot we can't face, no dream we can't achieve. Thank you for your trust. Let's begin the work of rebuilding Waukegan together. Thank you, everybody.
Okay. And when it's green, it's on. So that's different. You're live. Now we have to reconvene.
All right, everybody. There's still some business. There's still some business to be done. There's still some business to be done for City Council. Okay? We are reconvening Waukegan City Council. Roll call, please.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Present.
Alderman Florian. Present. Alderman Hayes.
Present.
Alderman Bolton.
Present.
Alderman Guzman.
Present.
Alderman Martinez.
Present.
Alderman Felix.
Present.
Alderman Newsome.
Present.
Alderman Turner.
Present.
Mayor Cunningham.
Present. We get a motion on the floor to appoint new corporate counsel for the city of Waukegan.
Motion.
I second.
We got a motion by Alderman Turner, second by Alderman Bolton. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Motion's passed and carried. Thank you. Before the new corporate counsel is seated, I'd like to extend a very hard thank you to our corporate counsel for the last 4 years. Their firm and their commitment has been nothing but the very best for the city of Waukegan. Thank you, Stu, and your team. We wish you nothing but the greatest success. And as I said earlier, you never know in this business.
For those of y'all who come to City Council, you know that I was going to ask at least for 2 words. Thank you, Mayor Cunningham. I do appreciate it. When my firm was called 4 years ago to come to serve as corporation counsel, I heard that this was a community divided, that this was, there was strife in the community, that there was a lot of contentious factions. And when I came here, what I found and what my partner Kelly found, and Marcus and Hannah and Brooke and all the folks from my firm, was much more akin to a family that fought, but a family that was united in love of a place. And I thank you all so much for giving me the opportunity to serve this community. I thank the aldermen for constantly pushing us. I thank Janet for keeping me on task. And Joe, and they're going to put your picture up. Just so you know, they're going to put your picture up in the lobby. So get used to that. But when we came in, the mayor's former corporation counsel, Bob Long, who did so much for this city, was generous with his time, He was generous with his counsel, and he made the transition smooth, and we plan to do the same exact thing for Joe and Mike. And best of luck and Godspeed.
Item B, motion to confirm appointment of Stephen G. Lindsay as building commissioner.
I so move.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Guzman, and second by Alderman Newsom. You're quick on the draw. All right. Any questions to the motion?
Mayor?
Alderman Florian.
Usually when we get appointments like this, we get at least a resume for the person, and I know we didn't have alderman briefings this week, so there's nothing attached to this at all. I mean, I know Mr. Lindsay, he lives in my ward, I know he worked for the fire department, but we don't even have the basic information we get when we put someone on the library board or the planning and zoning board, so I would like to hold this over till we at least get a resume or something indicating his qualifications for this position.
In all due respects, man, everybody, dignity and respect. Dignity and respect. We must have that. Thank you.
Motion
Ma'am,
to override.
No, Alderman, hold on a second. Ma'am, as you said earlier, we don't have to give his resume. This man has been a part of our community for the last 30 years. He's been a fire marshal, been a Waukegan, served as a Waukegan firefighter. While I respect what you're saying, I ask that we move on with the appointment for tonight, and I can get you that information. Can you do that for me, ma'am?
I prefer to see the information for myself, just like we do for the library. Doesn't the community deserve to see a resume like they would for the library board or something else?
Alderman, I ask you, if you can, you and I will going to have many differences, but on this one tonight, I think we can agree. I'm pretty sure that this man who lives in your ward, who's been a part, served in many different capacities in this community, resume sometimes is not necessary for what we already have. So I'm asking you, please, let's move on forward with this appointment, then we go from there. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. Alderman Hayes, go ahead, sir.
Same comment. If we're going to hire somebody for a job, we should at least be able to see their qualifications. Anybody who applies for a job, fills out an application, they submit a resume. I don't know what the salary is, but I'm pretty sure
I agree
that people will say to us, you didn't even vet the candidate before you voted him in.
I agree.
I am not objecting per se to the appointment, but I think we owe it to everybody to at least review the applicant and
Alderman?
inform ourselves before we make that decision.
I'm sorry. Everybody, everyone, please. Thank you. Alderman, both of you, I truly understand where you're at. I've been on that side before. But here, tell you what I've done. My 18 years of being an alderman up here, working through City of Waukegan, I've been able to say, Mayor, I hear you tonight. I'll come to your office tomorrow. We'll have that person there, and we'll talk this through. I believe, knowing who this individual is and what he has done for this city and what he's going to continue to do for this city, that we can move forward tonight with this appointment. And then you and I, if need be, along with Alderman Florian, along with him, I guarantee you your vote will be exactly what it should be tonight. So with that being said, I want to go ahead.
Can I just ask one more question? Why wasn't the resume included like it would have normally been?
Well, I'll find out. Thank you, ma'am. Is there any other questions? Roll call, please.
I think there was a motion to hold it over?
No, sir, I think right now we're going to move forward with the appointment. You can vote no on it. Roll call, please. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Absolutely, aye.
Florian.
No.
Hayes.
No.
Bolton.
Aye.
Guzman.
Absolutely, yes. Fire
Martinez.
marshal, he should know something about building conditions. Absolutely.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Madam Clerk, motion pass and carry. Janet, Janet, you need to swear him in? You don't have to swear him in, do you? All right. Yeah, we'll do that. We're gonna swear in our new building commissioner. And his resume was sent. I don't know why it wasn't included. Go get him, Steve. That's right.
Just my wife. Test.
I state your name.
I
Solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
Building Commissioner
of Building Commissioner
for the City of Waukegan
for the City of Waukegan
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my abilities.
Thank you.
You want to sign it now? Right here.
She doesn't want a picture. Thank you.
No, we're gonna do it. We'll do it. We'll bring it up. Item 9. Congratulations, Mr. Lindsay. Mr. Lindsay, would you like to give a couple of words, sir?
Work, boss.
All right. Thank you. Item 9. Item 9, ordinances, there being none. Item 10, closing remarks. Madam Clerk? Alderman Son.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Wow, this is a lot of people here. This is great. I wish we could have this at all the council meetings. I'd like to thank Ann Taylor for her service, but I'm also looking forward to working with Mayor Cunningham to move Waukegan forward and to make it better. I'm on your side.
Alderman Florian?
Thank you. I couldn't hear. Thank you. I want to congratulate Mayor Cunningham on returning back to office. I look forward to trying to work together. I want to thank everyone who made Earth Week a great success. The dumpsters were overwhelmingly successful this time. I'm not quite sure what changed, but every ward participated, and it was a huge event for the whole city. Thank you to the PR department for putting it out, Austin and David. Public Works for doing the actual work and getting all of the garbage collected and the tires and the electronics. And to all of our partners that allowed us to use their spaces for the dumpsters, like the Park District and the schools. The community really showed up that week. I want to especially thank Christian Neighbors Church, who assembled a huge group of volunteers that cleaned up many neighborhoods throughout the city. I don't know how many bags of trash they ended up with, but It was very well done and affected all parts of the city. I was able to attend the opening of the Carnegie Museum, the new Waukegan History Museum. If you have not seen it, go. It's amazing. I don't know that Waukegan's ever had anything this nice before. It's truly a gem. And the Parks Foundation is hosting an event there next Thursday night. There's only, I think, 10 tickets left, but if anyone would like to join us, the proceeds go to support the Park District. So, anyway, that's all I have. Thank you.
Alderman Hayes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. My only comment tonight is, Mr. Mayor, during your comments, you used the word transparency a few times, and in your second act as mayor, you pushed through an appointment for a department head without a resume. So I don't think that meets the requirements of transparency, and that is a concern right from the get-go. So I renew my concern. I would like to see a resume. I have no doubt that Mr. Lindsay will do a terrific job, but nonetheless, I think we owe it to everybody out there to at least vet the individuals that are being appointed to department head positions. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Alderman Bolton.
Sir, that'll happen first thing in the morning. It'll be at your desk. If we need to, I'll have an officer drive it to your home. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations to the new mayor, Sam Cunningham. I look forward to walking this new journey with you and empowering our community. And then I want to also acknowledge Youth Bill. I attended their gala, and they're about empowering our youth. It was an excellent event. And congratulations to the new homeowners, House of Prayer Church, Mark McCorley and Deborah McCorley, that paid off their building at the corner of McAllister and Helmholtz. And I attended the National Day of Prayer. Thank you, church community, for coming together and showing unity. And then congratulations to the AME Church, who is providing scholarship programs for empowering our youth. Thank you.
Alderman Guzman.
Well, I want to start off with congratulations to the new mayor, Sam Cunningham, to the new corporation council. Looking forward to working with y'all. It's not an easy thing being the mayor. It's not. And to run again, so that's what I congratulate Mayor Taylor for her job, because it's not easy. The stress, the hours, the moving the city forward, the 100,000 people plus you're responsible for, department heads, employees. It is a job in its own. And then on top of that, the criticism and everything on top of that. It is a very, very, very difficult job. And I applaud Mayor Sam Cunningham for coming back and doing it again. Maybe he should be psych evaluated, but I'm sure he'll do a great job. And hopefully we can move the city forward and for brighter days. Thank you. Have a good night.
Alderman Martinez.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk. Thank you, Council, and thank you, the audience here. As you look around, this is what Waukegan is all about. This is the great big melting pot that we have here in Waukegan. And so I am so proud to be part of this new administration, to embrace the ideas, to move our city forward. It's put our differences aside for once, and let's do what's best for Waukegan. All right? And so I look forward. I congratulate the mayor coming here again, the new administration, Mr. Lindsay. Welcome to Waukegan. But I just have a couple things, and I won't be long. First, I'd like to say that I finally got a small business committee going. We are having our first meeting on June the 20th. These are for the small businesses in my ward. I'd like to create a committee to see how we can move the ward forward. There will be more information forthcoming, but this is directly for a lot of the business owners. And then also, I will be having my my ward meeting. It'll be held on June the 21st from 1 to 3. It'll be held at the Brookside campus on Brookside. There will be more information coming forth. I will say that I want to commend Drip and Culture. They will be sponsoring our warm drinks. I do have another person who is also going to donate a sweets table. And I will be rewarding a couple awards. One would be the Business of the Year, which has never been done in the 3rd Ward, and also the important constituents that goes out of the way in Waukegan. And so I would like to commend them on that special day. I will have as many department heads to kind of explain the state of our ward and our city. So it is open to the general public. There will be more information forthcoming. So please be looking out for that. Also here, I know I want to address the loitering again on Grand Avenue. I've called the police last Tuesday 2 times. I called the police last Wednesday 2 times. I called the police last Thursday 2 times. I called the police last Friday 2 times, Saturday and Sunday 2 times, and they always responded. Again, it's not that I'm insensitive, I'm not empathetic. I've been in the human services field for 48 years, and I'm a caregiver of a family member. So I just want to try to empower those to do something. I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So I don't want no one to walk away and say, well, he's empathetic, he's, picking on those who are less fortunate. Well, unfortunately, that's not who I am. I am here for them. I have been in the mental health field, like I mentioned. I have been a counselor. I'm a youth advocate. So I look forward, if anyone really needs the help, I can get the information needed, or the guidance needed to get out the streets. So, but just want to also say that. Also, just want to, if anyone needs to get a hold of me, you can reach me at 847-390-2689. I look forward again to work with the new administration. I just ask everyone to please be safe, be mindful, and more than ever, let's all be a good neighbor. Good night.
Alderman Felix.
Thank you. I do definitely see change in energy, and just in Waukegan. You driving down the streets, just kind of this last month has been quiet, right? We're waiting for this day. So I think that with that new energy, that new feeling of change, I think that more than anything, this is when we start working even harder, when things are good. So, I do want to say thank you for the last administration. I did learn a lot. My first 2 years, today's year right in the middle of my 4 years, and I've had a lot to learn, and I'm excited to work with Mayor Cunningham with the next 2 years and do as much as we can and hit the ground running. And, more than anything, I'm excited. One of the first decisions that we made is bringing our building commissioner, a good building commissioner. That means a lot for Waukegan. It means a lot of people are going to get their homes fixed. A lot of them are afraid to do it right now because they're going to get fees or it's going to take forever. So this is there's a huge change just on the first day. And, I thank you, and I welcome Mr. Lindsay here for this new administration. They want to say there's, again, a change. There's a huge change. Even in our PR department, the team there, you can see they're posting more. They're getting more active in our community. At least on my pages, they're posting things that are happening in my ward. So I thank you guys. Thanks for the PR team. And lastly, you hit the nail. You hit it right on the bullseye, Mayor. You said rebuild Waukegan together, but rebuild Waukegan, right? But together part just brings it all. It makes it exciting for me. So thank you. That's it.
Alderman Newsome.
Thank you, Clerk. First of all, I would just like to congratulate the appointees, Mr. Steve Lindsay. I worked with him for many years when he was a fire marshal. So I know he knows Waukegan well, and he knows the residents in Waukegan. And I trust that he'll do an excellent job for the city of Waukegan. And the appointment of our new attorney, Mr. Joseph Miller, look forward to working with you. And welcome back, Mayor. I look forward to continuing working with you. I know a lot of people don't know, but I go back 25 years with Mayor Cunningham and his family. So I know that you have a heart for Waukegan, because if you didn't, you would not have run again. So I know that you are going to do an excellent job for us, and I'm here for whatever you need me to do for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman.
Alderman Turner. Alderman Turner.
Congratulations, Mayor Cunningham. And I just want to say to you, sir, we were opponents, but we are not enemies. And I'm committed that I will endeavor to work with you as we've discussed. And I'm anxious and I'm eager to work with you, shake your hand, and get some stuff done, all right? All right. Meanwhile, in the 6th Ward, we did have a fire about 3 o'clock this morning at 521 Chestnut Street. Fire services did an excellent and phenomenal job again, as per usual. However, there are some hindrances in that there are a number of cars that were parked in violation of the alternate parking ordinance, and thus only one of the fire trucks could get over to the fire, right? The rest of them were parked like a half a block away down on Porter Street. They had to... the ambulance was down on Porter, and they had to pull the gurney a half a block. And this, fortunately, no one was injured or killed. It was only property damage, and though it was significant, the house is still habitable. But the point I raised, and I want to make and bring to your attention, is that there is an alternate parking ordinance for a reason. Please adhere to it whenever possible, okay? Lead service line replacement in the 6th Ward is going real good. They wrapped up on Atlantic and up on Keith, but they're still moving through the 6th Ward. We did a number of those replacements down in the southern part of the ward last year. And this is now for everyone in Waukegan. The lead service line replacement program is critical. You maybe remember several years ago in Flint, Michigan, they had a major problem with lead pipes in their city. And so we have a program now. If you're not familiar with it, call your alderman, call City Hall, get on the website. You can call me, and I'll explain it to you. But the short and sweet of it is, you need to inspect or examine the pipe that brings fresh water into your home. And if it is lead, you need to get it replaced now under this program, because there's no cost to you, no direct cost to you, right? But if you don't, and at some point in the future, 5 years, 10 years from now, you sell your home, you're going to be required to replace that lead. We're going to inspect before you get that certificate to sell your house. There'll be an inspection. If you have a lead pipe in there, you're going to be required to replace it at your cost. Could be as much as $30,000. Get it done, all right? Okay, a reminder for the garbage versus recycling bins that you have. LRS is our garbage company, and they have cameras on their trucks. They're monitoring it, and if you're putting garbage in your recycle bin and you dump it and they catch you 4 times, they are going to remove that recycle bin. You won't have any recycle service. And then as an aside, because Alderman Florian mentioned it, we too had a dumpster in the 6th Ward, phenomenal event. We had like 9 loads for that dumpster. We had to dump it like 9 times. That was a great job, right? We have new stop signs in at the 4th Street and County, and at Oakley and Gillette. And this is part of our, and I think all of the aldermen now are on board. We're doing some of these what we call traffic calming devices, stop signs, speed lights, and eventually speed humps. So pay attention. Also, I want to, and here I want to thank our former corporate counsels, Elrod Friedman, Stuart Weiss, Kelly Gandersky, and Marcus, I've forgotten his name, Marcus Martinez. They did an excellent job in getting 2 derelict properties in the 6th Ward into court and getting some resolution. 809 County, which backs onto Upton Park, has been a disaster for 20 years. And finally, we've got a court order sent in. Public Works went in and they cleaned the property up. The property has now been painted, new siding, and it looks really, really good. So I want to thank them for their efforts on that. Many people may remember the JM Club at 708 Greenwood. Wow, that one was really bad, but through the diligent work of the legal team I just mentioned, got them into court, and now we've identified a purchaser. Someone's going to buy that property and refurbish it, but we've got a commitment as part of that sale. It's sell and redevelop, not sell, hold on to it, we'll get to it later, we trying to figure it out. No, you're going to buy it, you're going to fix it now, or you don't sell it, or don't get it, all right? And beyond that, I welcome the new legal team at Otteson, Denolfo, Hassenbalg, and Castaldo, and particularly Mr. Joseph Miller III. Thank you. Welcome board. Look forward to working with you. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.
All right. Listen, I know we're gonna go for an adjournment, but as soon as we adjourn, I seen about 3 or 4 little young men and young ladies in the audience. Parents, if you don't mind, I would like to bring them up behind the desk, take a picture with the alderman and the new mayor. Is that okay, parents? Yeah. Send them up. All right, send them up. If you have them, just bring them on up. With that being said, motion by Alderman Hayes, second by Alderman Bolton to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Come on, little kids first. The reason I'm doing this, Bob Sabajian 1 used to do this all the time when we were little kids. So come on, little man, up this way. Up this way, little man.